Hey everybody, Deplorable Bobby here, and this is the way I see it. I want to thank my subscribers for subscribing. They're the most important person on this channel. I want to mention my PayPal account. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you want to donate to this channel to help me grow, it would be greatly appreciated. No matter how large or small, each donation will be greatly appreciated, and I promise it will be used to grow this channel. I want to talk a little bit today about our southern border and ISIS. Captured ISIS member Abu Hendriki is a Canadian citizen who confessed his knowledge of ISIS's plans to exploit the vulnerabilities of the U.S.-Mexico border by using English-speaking Westerners to take advantage of smuggling routes and target the financial institutions in America. Hendrick has dual citizenship with Trinidad, and he claims he was sought out by the ISIS leaders to attack the U.S. from a route starting in Central America. Travel from the Middle East can be difficult for these known ISIS fighters, so ISIS plans to use people who are not known in their own country as ISIS fighters, so they can travel by airplane and they can make it to Puerto Rico or Central America without too much trouble. Hendriki could not join ISIS as a true fighter because of the chronic illness, but he was invited by the intelligence arm of ISIS, known as the IMNI, to join others from Trinidad in their efforts to attack the U.S. financially. The attacks were described as designed to cripple the U.S. economy. The plan was to use a fake passport to fly to Puerto Rico and then to Mexico by boat and eventually to the U.S. via our southern border. Hendriki stated that the plan was launched by someone, and you know how those Middle Easterners talk. Here's what he said. Hendriki stated that the plans were launched by someone from the New Jersey state of America. I was going to take a boat from Puerto Rico to Mexico and be smuggled into the U.S. by this man from New Jersey. We often hear about terrorists trying to enter our southern border, but of course those on the left say it has never happened and it will never happen, that we are just fear-mongering. A representative from Canada's Global Affairs said it's not uncommon for criminal groups to use Americans to help facilitate their crimes in our country. And it's much easier if they can get someone inside major companies and organizations to attack U.S. interests from behind a firewall. The Demon Rats downplay the potential terrorist threats from our southern border and say that there is no potential terrorist threat at our southern border. I'm not sounding an alarm on any imminent attack on the U.S. via our southern border. And I'm not fear-mongering. I'm only trying to suggest that in time we can expect ISIS fighters to be massing on our southern border. This report is simply a reminder to be diligent and to keep our southern border closed, and to consider all migrants as potentially dangerous until vetted by Customs and Border Patrol. Please remember, there are these in the U.S. and in most all countries who wish to harm America, and they wish to harm our citizens. What has to happen in order for a bipartisan agreement to finish the wall on the Mexican border? Do we have to have another 9/11 to open our eyes, to open the eyes of those demon rats who won't open borders? It may have to happen that way, people, but I pray not. Since I mentioned the Demon Rat Party, I want to speak for a few minutes on the resistance of these demons against our beloved president and America as a whole. The left's opposition to everything Trump has shredded all democratic norms, and they've worked overtime to nullify, disgrace, and destroy our duly elected president and all things good for America. As a matter of principle, I see nothing wrong with the demon rats opposing the president and his policies. But patriotic dissent is not what has been happening over the past 2.5 years. We have the right to disagree with our president, and they have a right to disagree with our policies. But it has to be done in the proper manner. Instead of everybody hollering impeach, 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 imprison him, lock him up. I don't understand it, people. The so-called resistance has done nothing to benefit our country or made this country any better. The left has imposed censorship on our country and against all American patriots. Censorship is directed at all of us from the left, and yet the left has free rein to say and do anything they please on social media or on mainstream media or anywhere else. And that is to include treason, with no fear of retribution from the right. We stand by and we allow demon rats to control our country. I say enough is enough. And I, for one, will not be silenced until my channel is eventually removed by YouTube. Which I got an email yesterday saying that if I didn't go back over all my videos and delete a lot of stuff, that I stood the chance of losing my channel. Well, so be it, YouTube. I guess I need to learn some code words. I found there's a few words that you just can't say, because all three of my videos that were taken down were about those cows, the Moose Slim, those real skinny cows, those Moose Slims. Yeah, they're real slim cows, but I mentioned them too many times, I guess, in 3 of my videos, and those videos were taken down by YouTube. Which I don't really mind them taken down, but I sure do hate losing all those views. And but that's what happens when you get censored on YouTube. So I'm definitely thinking about starting a second channel. Think of a name for my second channel and leave it in the comments. After I get my laptop, they said it'd be here by the 13th. But when I get it, then I'm going to start doing live streams. And between now and then, I'm going to have to learn some code words. So y'all pray for me. Pray for our children. Pray for each other. My name's Deplorable Bobby, and this is the way I see it. Y'all have a good day.